Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy de Grace. I am a Reiki practitioner, a wellness lover, and a spiritual seeker. So lately I have set a goal for myself to create one video a week that I can upload to my Facebook and my YouTube channel. And so speaking of goals, today's going to be about goal setting. Now I want to start by saying that I'm not an expert on goal setting. I just have been practicing this one method that really works for me, and I wanted to share that with you in case that it could help somebody out there that wants to set goals and reach them as quick as possible. Personally, I love goal setting because it goes hand in hand with productivity, which is one of my biggest passions. So yeah, to be productive, you have to have an intention, you have to have a goal that you're working towards. Otherwise, you're basically just drifting in your life and you may not end up where you want to be. Now, if you look online, you're going to find so many different methods when it comes to goal setting. But the method that I like to use is called reverse engineering goals. And I'll explain a little bit more about that later. So, what do we mean by setting goals? The way that I see goal setting is kind of like being intentional with the way that we want to evolve, being intentional with the way that we want to grow. And the reason that's so important is because when you have a clear vision of where you want to be, who you want to become, it gets a lot easier to know what kind of steps you want to take to go in that direction. But if you don't know who you want to be or what you want to become, basically you're living life reactively instead of intentionally. So the biggest question you're going to ask yourself is, if I could be, have, or do anything in this lifetime, what would that be? You have to have a clear future version of yourself, a vision of yourself, so that you know what to work towards. So this is the first exercise that I want to give you guys. I want you guys to really have a vision, a clear picture of who you want to be. All of the details that are attached to that are so important. Like, you have to go in as much detail as possible about that ideal future self. What kind of work does she have? What kind of relationships does she have, or he? What kind of money do you make? What kind of impact do you have on the world? What do you look like? Where do you live? All of these are so important when it comes to goal setting because you want to have that clear vision for yourself. Visualization is so important when it comes to goal setting because you want to align yourself to the highest possible timeline for your life. You want to feel the energy of who you want to become so that the universe knows what to send your way. So once you have that vision of exactly who you want to be and what your ideal future life looks like, what you're going to do is you're going to break it down into parts. Now, for this exercise, I recommend pulling out a journal or a piece of paper. Do you have that piece of paper or your journal in front of you? Awesome. So once you have it in front of you, what I want you to do is write down themes. Themes for your life. For example, health and fitness, finances, career, friendships, and relationships. So what you're going to do now is take the vision that you had earlier in your mind and break it down into the different themes on the piece of paper, and going to write down exactly what you want for every theme of your life. For example, if you're trying to attract a romantic partner into your life, I want you to write down under the theme relationship the exact partner, the perfect partner that you want to attract into your life. And I want you to go into as much detail as possible describing this relationship. You're going to be doing the same exact thing for the other themes of your life when it comes to relationships, friendships, career, finances, health, or whatever other thing that you want to add to this list. Once you have everything written down in front of you, look at it and be honest with yourself. How many years do you think this is going to take to manifest? Or how many months do you think this is going to take to manifest? And the thing is, you're not necessarily in control of how long it will take, but it's good to have somewhat of an idea because what you're going to do is reverse engineer your goals. And let me tell you how that works. So obviously there are some things on your piece of paper that you are not able to control. It's just something that will happen naturally, right? Especially when it comes to relationships and friendships. That's, you can only do so much, and then you have to trust the other person to meet you halfway. But there are things on your sheet of paper that you are in total control of, and that's really important to know that you have the power to change your life. I'm gonna give myself as an example for my career, okay? So, one of my goals when it comes to my career and my finances is to be a full time content creator and to deliver value to other people and make an impact with the knowledge that I have on spirituality, wellness, and mindset. Now, let's say below career, I wrote down exactly what I wanted this to look like. Then I have to ask myself, how long do I think this is going to take to manifest? Let's say I say 4 to 5 years, for example. Okay, 4 to 5 years. What can I do in 1 year to get me 1/5 closer to my goal? That's what I mean by reverse engineering. So now you broke down your goal into the next year instead of 4 years. Then what you're going to do is keep going. What can I do in a month to get me closer to that 1 year mark? Whatever I wanted to manifest in that 1 year. Then you're going to do it again. What can I do in 1 week? The next week. And what can I do today? It always comes back to the present moment because that's the only moment you can actually take action on. This is what I mean by reverse engineering. You start with the long-term goal and then you shrink it, shrink it, shrink it until you get to today and what you can do, what action you can take today to get you closer to that end goal. This is going to be the same for every different theme, every different area of your life. You have to have that vision of long term and then shrink it, reverse engineer up to today and what you can do today to reach those goals. Obviously, there's some things that we don't have the control over, but we have a lot more power than we realize. For another example, it's like if you put on your paper that you want to manifest this person into your life, a romantic partner, you may say to yourself, well, there's nothing I can do to control this. Like, this is just going to happen naturally, right? I'm just going to meet them. But there's a lot of things that you do have control over. You can work on yourself so that when you meet this person, you are emotionally mature enough to be in the relationship. You can read books about relationships. You can start going out more and meeting new people. Those are just examples of things that you do have power over when it comes to manifesting what you want. Two more things that I want to talk about real quick, and I said something similar earlier, but when you're writing down your goals, when you're writing down exactly what you want to be as precise as possible. You want to describe it with as much detail as possible so that the universe and yourself understands exactly what you want to attract. Also, I think that really helps as well is when you're writing these things down is to visualize it in your mind. The body doesn't know if it's real or not. It just goes with what we're thinking. So if you're visualizing something over and over again, you're getting your body used to the energy that it wants to attract. This goes hand in hand with manifesting and the law of attraction and just attracting things into your life. So there's really two sides of this, is that the practical sense of writing down your goals and reverse engineering them in a way that's very easy to understand and knowing what steps you need to take at every moment. On the other hand, for the things that we can't control, we have to really trust ourselves and trust the universe that it will provide us with what we need at any moment. So once you wrote down everything on that piece of paper that you want and you broke it down into smaller steps, action steps that you can take, I want you to read this piece of paper every morning to make sure that your energy is aligned right off the bat. And then all you have to do afterwards is trust, let go, and take inspired action. Which means when your heart feels like, okay, I have to do this right now, I feel really inspired, that means it's the universe speaking to your body like, this is what you need to do to get to your goals. Now that is all I have for you guys today. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to keep learning about productivity and goal setting, and hopefully I'll make another video at some point with more information and more tools that you guys can use. But for now, this is the method that I use and that has worked beautifully. To give you guys a really cool example, for my fitness goals, I put in my goal setting page that I wanted to attract a friend that wanted to play tennis. And I didn't talk about this to anybody, and that was like a few days ago. And today, one of my friends messaged me and she was like, "Do you want to play tennis with me?" I swear to God, I can't make this up. So, yeah, just write down everything that you want in your life and trust the universe and take inspired action. Obviously, you can't just sit in your room and just expect everything to come to you, but it's a combination of both trusting and taking action. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this, press the thumbs up button or comment or send this to a friend that might need it. I love you guys so much. Sending you all of the love, all of the light, and the Reiki energy. Bye!